Hello boys and girls, ladies and gents, I think that's got us covered again. Today we will be doing a bug out bag, also known as a SHTF bag. SHTF acronym for when the sugar hits a fan, or a good bag, get out of Dodge. They all serve the same purpose, it's for getting the hell out of there. So we're going to do an A to Z if we can, and this is everything we'll be taking. As you can see, quite a bit. So let's get cracking. Here's the scenario. The Ruskies have landed. Your village is overrun. They're coming knocking at the door. You got half an hour to get out of here. What you gonna do? Grab your stuff. First up, ammo tin. Many uses. We're going to fill it with food. We'll get to that later. That goes in the bottom of your rucksack, and you can use it for other things like a cooker, a step, a seat. Loads of uses. Also, you're going to need ammo. There's ammo in here. What do you need ammo for? Something that begins with G, we'll get to later. An axe. A good Estwing. My papa's, so that'll be coming with me. I don't need to explain to you what an axe does, hopefully. Aniseed. That is used for fishing. You coat the lure in it, and it's a great bait for fish. But it also can be used for, if say there's dogs on your trail, they've loosed the hounds of hell on you. Well, get some aniseed behind you, just don't get it on you. And that should keep them at bay for a couple of hours. Right, moving on. B, batteries. You're going to need batteries for torches, stuff like that. Bug spray. Don't know how long you're going to be in the woods. Bottles. Good for all sorts of things. Oils, stuff like that. Liquids we'll get to soon. A belt. I would go for leather. You can use it for finishing knives after you've sharpened them. Bracelet, paracord. 12 feet of paracord on there, a button compass, and a flint and steel, and a whistle. Also get a whistle on it. Bandana for the summer, if you want to keep the bugs at bay. Right, let's move on to C. Cooking. This is a cooking pouch from the ration pack, which we'll get to soon. And here is a Tommy cooker. We should all know what a Tommy cooker is. Folds out, put your hexamine in, and off you go. Also get your hexamine in here. Camouflage paint, split stick. Also that is UV protection and maybe keep bugs off you as well. Button compass, very very small, about the size of a 5p coin. You can stash that places. Don't need me to elaborate on that surely. And a Camelback, that holds 3 litres of water, and that will come in well handy. You'll need plenty of water. D, we've got dehydrated food. This is like veg and fish and stuff from like instant noodles. My daughter doesn't like the stuff that comes with it, so I take them and keep them. Sometimes you get some noodles in. Don't know what that is. Some sweet corn, peppers, stuff like that. Find yourself some roadkill on the journey. Could turn it into a 5-star gourmet. Duct tape. Plenty of duct tape around a pencil. use the pencil for shavings for your fire. You can also use duct tape for fire. Use small strips. You can use duct tape for loads of things, tying up sentries, use it for plasters, stitches. World's your oyster, as I say. You don't need me to tell you about duct tape. Right, E, energy drinks, plenty. Energy bars, plenty. As much as you can carry, you're going to need them the first 72 hours. That's what I meant to say. This is a 72 hour and beyond bag, so all the food and stuff and the energy drinks, that should all be gone within the first couple of days. It's a homemade energy bar. Check my video on that. So that is taking us to F. So heading on to F. Also, that should have been in B. Book. Also F, food for free. This is a great wee book. You might have some downtime when you're in the woods and set up a camp or whatever. And this is how to find plants, wild plants. Mostly for Britain and Europe, and it gives you also the seasons, when to pick them, how to prep them. It's really good. I know it cover to cover. So I suggest maybe that or the SAS Survival Guide. Also the Collins Gem in your pocket, and get reading. First aid kits. You want one for camp and one for in your bag. You need to tailor this to your own specifications, what you feel you might need. Scalpels, drugs, painkillers, antihistamines. Depends who you're travelling with, travelling alone, travelling with family, friends. You need to tailor it to what you think you might need. Fire kit. We have a magnesium block and striker. What I find best to do with these, rather than shaving it and when you're maybe cold or whatever, is get it in the vise and just fire it. Or you can even do it with a bench grinder, but you get a lot of waste with a bench grinder. And do it in a powder, stick it in a tub. I've also got this. This was a MBC, nuclear biological chemical kit. And this is my fire kit in there. So in here I've got rubber tubing, some cotton to on top of it. Camera. Cotton wool on top. Couple of fire starters, wax and shavings, waterproof matches, strikers inside, and also some cotton again, as you can see. Pencil sharpener. I've got a pencil here with some more rubber tubing around it. Rubber tubing will go up, give you a ferocious heat, give your position away with a lot of smoke, right enough. And as I say, sharpener. Some of these are also made from magnesium, some sharpeners, so give it a wee test. And you might be able to use that at some point as well. And that's a small bit of coal I found on top of the fire. Also, I've got a steel here, fire steel. So get yourself a nice fire kit, and that will go lovely. Food. So I go for is a ration pack, a couple of MREs. These are British Army and Polish Army. Chocolate pudding, you can see, spicy sausage. This is a free meal ration from Poland, and we've got, let me just check, meatballs, bacon, all the usual other kind of, what would you call it, tea, coffee and all that. I prefer to strip these down, take out the stuff that you're maybe not going to use. Say menu A. Tyrol is chopped pork, goulash, there's that, chocolate pudding, some sort of bully, I'm not sure what that is. Legumes, biscuits, conserve lardon, but nah, I don't know. But you'll get a lot of goodies in them anyway. I say stuff like that's the bacon. That's from one of these. Goulash in the tin, and that's like patty and also pastette, patty, and conservative roast, got this chopped pork. So you'll get all these in there, but as I say, you take it all out and that all fits in the ammo tin quite nicely, and you can cram a couple of peanut butters, it's milk powder, milk substitute, honey, lob that in, and some jam. As I say, you should have enough food for the first 72 hours at least, and that will keep you going. Quite a bit of weight, but you're soon going to go through it and it will lighten the load. Right, moving on. G. Gloves, gaiters, and your Gore-Tex. So Gore-Tex is self-explanatory, gloves are self-explanatory. Gaiters, good for keeping your legs so you're going through thick brush or whatever. You can also use them on your wrists if you're maybe needed to reach in to jaggy nettles or whatever. So, not to be sneezed at. So, moving on. Going to need a hat, a nice hat for the winter and for the cold nights. Nice fur trappers hat. Also, a hobo stove. I've covered many's a hobo stove on previous videos, so check them out. I would stick with the cardboard, that seems to be the best. That's for H. I had down iodine, that's in the first aid kit. So J, you're going to need a jumper, nice wheelie number. It's going to be cold at night, regardless if it's the summer time or even the winter time. Okay, knives. Remember what Neo said? We need guns, lots of guns, so we need knives. Lots of knives. Different knives for different purposes. This is a Skinner. You can see, Buck USA, good knife, ambidextrous thumb stud. Right and left hand opening. So get that on your belt. That is a Leatherman super tool. Many functions on that, as you know. We've got a Swiss Champ in here. That's a small Damascus hunting knife. Handled that myself. You can see a nice coin for the tang. Not a tang, a suba even. And also in here is it's a small survival kit in there, like fishing line and pins and going down for a water collection. Got a button compass, as you can see. Seems to be working. And you will need a bigger knife for heavier tasks. Which we have. Yeah, quite a decent sturdy full tang rubber grip. This has also got, as you can see, sharpening stones. In here is a catapult. Here's the arms for the catapult, they fold back like so. Put your catapult on there, and there's your ball bearings in the back. Also have a fire steel. So, say you will need quite a few different knives. Get them on your person at all times round the belt, because you never know when you're going to need them. So, let's get moving on. Where were we getting? Knives, right, light. You're going to need some source of light. I use this eyesight that goes on your ear. And it's a green light and a white light, quite strong, no weight to it. You could carry a torch or a headlight, a head torch, whatever. It's done me well over the years. Right, moving on to M, we're going to need a map. Why do you need a map? Well, you need a map of your area. You need to know where enemy positions are, where you're going to ambush from, sit and note down, stuff like that. Not everybody knows their full area where they stay, so you maybe know a lot of places in it. You might come across places that you've never been before. Take notes. Mosquito net, must have. Can be used for straining water also, stuff like that. But best for keeping mosquitoes off you. Also, you might want to take some money, roll up some money, valuables in there. You need to hide it. I'm not going to tell you where to hide it. I'm sure you've maybe seen some stories, stuff like that. Military people, personnel in the past, using them for such a purpose. Let's move on. Sorry folks, meant to say, when we got to G, this is optional obviously, but if you've got access to one, that's what we're needing the ammo for. And this is FAC approved, so you know what that means. I'm not going to mention, I don't know what the YouTube algorithm is like for such things, so we'll leave it at that. So moving on folks, and you want a notepad, or whether this is a waterproof, well shiverproof. Quite a good wee notepad, good for noting down camp tasks. You might want to set up a wee rota or whatever, depends who you're with, or you might be bored and you want to sit and doodle, or note down enemy positions again, like you did on the map, times, stuff like that. That's what you want. Oh, oil. That's gun oil in there. And shit, I used the G word and the S word though. YouTube will kill me. That's cooking oil. We spray on your whatever you're using for cooking. So moving on, also we go to P, we've got a poncho, pack light poncho. Saved my life in many's an occasion that has. Also great for collecting water. Tie the hood off into a kind of funnel, prop the corners up and weight it with a pebble or whatever, and there's your water collection. Paracord, obviously you're not going to take a big chunk like that. Can if you want. Who am I to stop you? I would kind of tone it down. Pouches, you can stick knives in them, sharpening systems, whatever. Phone, if you're taking a phone. I'm not going to be taking a phone. Going to be in the woods hiding. I'm not going to be calling people on FaceTube or talkie to tick or whatever. So, not for me. Right, so I didn't have anything for Q. What I thought was maybe quinoa as a food that you could put in your food supplements. Again, not sure. Right, moving on. R, rucksack. You're going to want a nice pack for transporting a lot of this stuff, but we'll get to something else soon also. And it's not going to be everything in there. That's a 45 litre, as you can see. well, 44 it says, but about 45. Nice camo. So I need a lot of camo stuff. I'm intending if Faruski's land, I'll be going to the woods, which is right there, and I'll be hit and run warfare like the Apache. So I want to be concealed in the environment. Right, S. Shemag, or Shema as I call it. Some call it Shemag. The current crap that's going on in the world, some will call it a keffiyeh. It's not a keffiyeh. Keffiyeh is black and white. This is called a Shemag. So don't let anyone try and accuse you of being politically affiliated with any organisation if you've got this colour on. This has got many uses. You can use it for a face wrap, head wrap, neck wrap. Use it as a sling. I could do a video on that alone, the uses. And if push came to shove, and you could only grab a couple of things, get a knife, an axe, your boots. Make sure you've got that on you. You can collect water with it from dew, from the grass. Use it as a pillow. Use it as a blanket. Multitude of uses. In fact, just check up YouTube Shemag uses and you'll see many videos with many uses. A great item. So you might want to be cutting down large-ish logs, maybe making a shelter. You've got your axe. Axe isn't going to do everything. Saw is going to do a lot of it. Shovel. It's a small 2-piece shovel. You're going to want to dig latrines and whatever, your toilet waste and burying food waste, stuff like that. Can also be used as an oar in a boat. Lash it onto a stick and you can use it for throwing. Throw it at someone, sentries, whatever, enemy agents. And you can also cook on it, use it as a frying pan. Many uses of an old shovel. In this tin, I use these pill dispensers. This is full of, as you can see, spices. All different spices. Nothing in that one, right enough. Nothing in a couple of them. But, what the hell was that? What the hell is that? That's sesame seeds. So, get a few of them, different things. You can use them for other things as well, different powders, gunpowder, whatever. Or herbs, things like that. So, it's maybe worthwhile getting them and could spice up your gourmet kitchen. Sharpening, you're going to want a sharpener for your knives. It's a V2B, coarse carbide, ceramic. Got a decent wee sharpener, and also I use this for finishing. This came from an old, it's called a Rolls razor. It used to be this like a metal tray, and you whip the razor back and forward and it flips and sharpens on the smooth stone. Then on the other side you've got the leather, so take it apart, glue them together and use that for finely finishing. Very fine, as you can see maybe. Try and get a... Yeah, and the leather obviously. You've got your leather belt as well, so there you have it with that. Right, tea. Tabasco, good for food, also good for, if you find a squeezy bottle, get some in. Enemy sentry, needing incapacitated, a wee scooty rat in his eyeballs. He's not going to be having a good day. So, a couple of small Tabascos. What's that called? Hot diggity dog. Also good for food as well. So there you go. Also for tea, if you fancy a tent or a tarpaulin, keep you off the ground. It's up to you, you're carrying it. I'm not carrying them. I'll be making a shelter in the woods from natural materials that I can leave on site and move on. Don't need to pack it away, you can leave it, and if you come back at other time of the year, it'll still be there. Case closed. So for you, you're going to want underwear, which not literally like boxer shorts or anything, but like a base layer. That's a base layer with a hood. You can find it. Good hood, long sleeve, and those bottoms somewhere to go with it. V, a vest, like so, military vest. Plenty of pockets, pouches, PLCE these are called, personal load carrying equipment, as most of you will know. Going to be carrying a lot of stuff in this, a lot of this stuff that we've went through will be going in these pockets. As you'll probably notice, there's no pockets at the back, but that will accommodate the camelback and in between the rucksack. So let's say that'll disperse the weight of all the stuff. There's not a lot of weight in it. It looks like a lot. It's not really a lot. But most of it will go in there. That's the stuff that will keep on my person at all times. And the stuff in the bag will be for kind of long term. Right, W, water. So we'll get 1 bottle, 2 bottles, and 3 bottles. This one, going back to cooking, let's get the Crusader cup in here, the steel cup. You can use as a pot or for boiling water, cooking, whatever. So just see if we can get it out and show you. Just bear with me a second. There we go. You know the one. So they're all litre bottles, and the camelback is 3 litres, so that's 6 litres of water, and that should be enough for about 2 days. But you could string it out over 3 days, possibly 4, depends on your terrain, depends how far you're moving, how fast you're moving. And 6 litres of water will be 6 kilos in weight, so it's going to be heavy to start with all your other stuff, but you'll soon go through it. And when it comes to water, what I would suggest is when you're filling these at home before you leave, don't drink any of these, obviously. Fill them up and drink as much water as you can before leaving from the tap, and that will give you a good head start. Also, water purification, take plenty, don't weigh anything, go into the bottom of the bag and could save your life. Wash kit, a small wash kit in here. There's a small mirror, soap, liquid soap, and shaving equipment. So get that. You need hygiene will be a must. That's washing up liquid, or detergent as some call it. A wee scoop for washing up. It goes a long way. A bottle like that will last you a while and can always be replenished. Also we got a whistle. Let's get a thermometer on it, and also a compass, button compass. Why would you use a whistle if you're on the run? Well, say you're planning an attack with a couple of people. You say you come across fellow travellers and you want to plan an attack. You're not going to shout in the woods, "Go! Attack!" A wee blast of the whistle and off you go. Or if push comes to shove and you're in dire straits and you maybe fell and injured yourself or whatever and you need help and it's your last resort, give your position away with a whistle and get caught. I don't suggest it, but I'm not everyone. Why? I was thinking yoga mat or a insulated mat. I don't have one. I would use spruce boughs in the forest again. It's just cumbersome bulk that you don't need, but other people might want it insulated to the ground. Just use boughs off trees, spruce, whatever. And finally, going to Z, we've got Ziploc bags, plenty of, and also zip ties. Some people aren't really good at knots with paracord or whatever. So these are great for just maybe lashing a couple of things, maybe lashing something onto your knife like a stick, get you a bit of length, or maybe lashing a couple of posts together for your start of your shelter, and you can just cut them away when you're finished. And they also burn as well, get your fire going in a dire emergency. So that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed the A to Z bug out bag. Dodge, get out of Dodge, SHTF. So folks, there you have it, 8.5 kilos thereabouts. That's a bag, all the stuff and the vest. And that's not including, of course, full water bottles and the Camelback, which will be another 6 kilo. So let's try it on for size and see how it looks. So folks, there we have all the stuff. Got our thingy, all our water, backpack, Camelback's in between the backpack and the vest, straw for drinking, all the stuff easily dispersed, and we have our means of protection. Quite easily to manoeuvre. There's not a problem to stop and fix stuff, anything like that. If I was to take a shot at anything, I've got quite good manoeuvrability. So there you go, that's just my own personal stuff that I would take in a A to Z bug out bag. If you want to take different, by all means. You might need different for whatever region you're in. But I feel all this stuff I'd have a better chance in the woods than most. And I didn't fill the water, but as I said to you before, the water will weigh 6 kilos and the bag itself and the vest weighs 9 kilos, so what, 15 kilos? You could put a lot more than that. As I say, it's easily manoeuvrable with all the stuff, and that's for 3 days. Travel, food and water. So just remember, but a lot of people say, this will never happen to me. And just remember, the people that happened to, they said that as well. And work with Mother Nature, don't work against her. Human nature on the other hand, different story. There you have it, cheery bye.